NFL talk, obviously, the only NFL talk going right now, other than the draft, is Arron Rodgers, the big trade to the New York Jets. Are they a contender now? Where are they where do you rank them in NFL teams?
It's hard because that AFC is so good. You know, it's got so many good quarterbacks: Mahomes, Josh Allen, Bengals guy. What the heck's his name? Joe Burrow. Just off the bat, and then you even got Herbert and Trevor Lawrence who've stepped up, and they're still young guys, and we'll see what they can do next year. So, to me, I don't think they're yet a contender. It all depends. Their D is good, but it's still young. It's still a young team. So they need to gel. They still finished 7-10 last year, and they crumbled at crunch time. So as long as Rodgers and his new wide receivers, who are also young, who he seems to have a hard time connecting with, even in Green Bay, can get it together, then the Jets may have an opportunity. But you still got to get through some good teams and some good quarterbacks just to make the Super Bowl.
They are absolutely a contender with Arron Rodgers. I kind of was of the same chain of thought. I'm like, nah, you know me. I'm not the biggest fan of Arron Rodgers, but the stat that changed my mind is Arron Rodgers is 80-10 when his team gives up 20 points or less. The Jets' young defense last year with a horrible quarterback averaged 18 points against. That defense under Salah is only going to get better and more confident with a quarterback like Arron Rodgers. I get it. He's not the best character, and I've said that many times. Like I said, I'm not a fan of Karen, but the proof is in the pudding. 80-10 when that defense can hold. And, that defense is not going to get worse, I don't think, man. It'll be a fluke if that defense gets worse.
Yeah, I can't see it getting worse. For sure, no.
And there's not going to be a huge adjustment period. That Hackett offense, Arron Rodgers had two of his best career years with that offense, with Hackett as his coordinator. Hackett, is that right?
Yep, Nathaniel Hackett. Yeah.
There you go. Thank you. So I think they're definitely a contender in the AFC. I'd be surprised if they don't win the AFC East, to be honest with you. I've lost faith in Buffalo. I think they're losing their window. Miami, their quarterback can't stay healthy. I think he's the dangerous one to get injured again. Who am I missing else in the East?
You got Bill Belichick, basically.
Well, that's fine.
That's it. So, well, yeah, I mean, they'll make the playoffs. I can see that. I mean, well, okay. First off, Rodgers last season wasn't the greatest. He had young wide receivers, new wide receivers, couldn't find that connection. Now, I mean, he's got Adam Lazard. I forgot about Lazard. He's there, so maybe you got that connection there to build off, and that'll help with Garrett Wilson and Elijah Moore and the other receivers there. You got a good running back in Breece Hall, but that offense also has to come together to help that defense out. So We'll see. They'll definitely make the playoffs. I can't see them not making the playoffs, and that AFC East will be tough, but getting through Burrows, Mahomes, and the other guys there. Let's not forget, you also got the Ravens and Lamar Jackson. The Steelers, somehow always have a tough team and are always in the thick of things, no matter how crappy they look at some points. So it's a tough conference. Like if you was in the NFC, I'd be saying Super Bowl for sure with that team, kind of thing. But it'll be a slog, and we'll see how it goes, and it'll be interesting. Last time Favre went to the Jets, it didn't turn out well. We'll see if Rodgers can reverse that a little bit.
Oh, Favre did not have the defense that the Jets have.
No, he didn't have the team
Arron
that they
Rodgers
have now at all.
is going into a very good situation.
Oh,
That's why when he came out of the darkness, he says, I am ready to go to the Jets. He must have looked at that Jets defense in the darkness and said, yes, I'd rather be a part of that than go against it. And New York Jets know that they have a small window with these salaries and this young defense. They know this is the time to strike.
So because a lot of those guys will be up at the same time on that defense, Sauce Gardner and all those guys. So
yeah, I don't think there are any drawbacks to bringing Arron Rodgers on board here, to be honest with you. He might be a little difficult if things don't go his way at the beginning, but I can't see that being an issue.
Yeah,
I'm on board.
Yeah, I don't see any drawbacks. It's all it is at this point is increased expectations for the Jets. And like you say, if things start bad for Rodgers with that media, that may start to rub things the wrong way. But for right now, the Jets have really nothing to lose, almost in a way, to make this trade.
You mentioned the media. What media do you think is worse? because we're part of a small market media. We see with the Jets and we see how much pressure the small media. Do you think it's worse to be in a small market like Green Bay, where you are the show, or we're in New York, where there's teams you have a team within the league itself that takes some of the media attention away? What do you think about that?
I think it's New York is going to be worse than Green Bay. But Green Bay, in a way, probably, as much as that media was honest, they probably didn't want to do enough to ruffle feathers. And the NFL, it's not just a small, like the NHL, for the most part, the Jets are the Jets here in Winnipeg. Like there's no other markets talking about the Winnipeg Jets really, right? Yeah. Whereas the NFL, every market's talking about almost every other market. Plus you have the NFL Network. So media is bigger, way bigger and crazier in there. So I think it would be worse with the Jets and the expectations he has now to go over there and help them win. He even said today, he walked by the one Lombardi trophy and he said it's lonely, looked lonely. So you're already setting yourself up there saying, hey, I'm going to come bring a second one to help that guy out.
Yeah.
So now it's even more expectations.
Well, that's the confidence I think that team needs. They don't want a quarterback who they don't. I think Arron Rodgers is Broadway Joe totally. That's that
number 8 he's going with, eh?
He's resisting making the guarantee like Broadway Joe did. Like he pretty much made that guarantee, and attached himself to Broadway Joe there. So I like that. I don't know why I'm buying into this dude who I despise for the past 3-4 years. Anyways, winner loser in this trade.
No, I don't think so. They both got what they wanted. The Packers moved on. Now they can see what Jordan Love can do. The only loser I could end up seeing this would be Salah if this doesn't work out. Really, pressure's on him now to win. Make sure that D is up to snuff. This is even good for Zach Wilson to kind of sit behind Rodgers for a couple seasons. Maybe he turns out to be a better quarterback than what he looked like. Who knows?
Yeah,
but
absolutely,
yeah.
Hope he doesn't take like the tendencies of Arron Rodgers at this young of age.
Yeah,
you have to grow into that.
He did say he was going to make any veteran quarterback who came in their life living hell in practice every day. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's gangsta. That's gangsta.
Hey, friends and neighbors, don't forget to check us out online on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at Ray Benny Sports. And don't forget to check out our YouTube channel. Leave a like, leave a comment, tell us what you think.